There are three types of electrical connections that will be discussed. 1. Earth ground. 2. Chassis ground or frame ground. 3. Welding ground or work cable. First, let's discuss the earth ground. This type of ground refers to a direct electrical connection from the frame of some electrical equipment or fixture to the earth, and is indicated at the connection by the symbol or by a green-colored screw. Earth ground. Electricity is lazy and always chooses the easiest path to follow. In this case, the short to ground, so high currents flowed to the earth ground, causing the circuit breaker to trip. Remember, electric current always tries to seek ground through any conductive path available, and your body can be part of that path. When the ground lead is connected properly to the metal frame, there is always a safe path to ground, waiting for electric current to flow should a fault occur. The earth ground connected to the metal case protects you from electric shock caused by a fault inside the device. Be sure your equipment is grounded at the screw-colored green or marked with earth ground symbol. The chassis ground or frame ground does not by itself provide an earth ground for the equipment. However, its function is to connect the ungrounded metal frame of one piece of equipment to the metal frame of another piece of equipment that is already connected to an earth ground. Think of a chassis ground as an extension cord for the earth ground connected to one device, say your arc welder, to another electrical device such as your wire feeder. This is the symbol used to identify the chassis grounding screw on a piece of equipment. It is important that you understand how the earth grounding system works and what it does to protect you. In knowing this, perhaps you will be more careful to be sure the ground lead is always connected to equipment which you operate or work on. The ground lead carries no current most of the time, but when there is a fault, you need it, and it is important. The third type of ground, the welding ground, should really be called the work cable. Work cable is a better term because it avoids confusion with the earth ground and chassis ground leads. The function of the work cable is to provide a complete circuit for welding current to flow. You cannot strike an arc on a piece of metal unless the work connection is made. Without that connection from the welder to the work, the welding current does not have a complete path to follow.
Please remember the following points about electrical grounding. 1. The metal frame, chassis, or case of all electrical devices, such as your light fixture, arc welder, or table saw, must be connected to a wire which leads to a metal rod or pipe driven several feet into the earth. Connect the earth ground lead to the screw, which is colored green or marked with the earth ground symbol. Exceptions to this rule are double insulated equipment, which generally need not be grounded. Equipment connected with a plug to an outlet should be grounded through the ground pin in the plug. 2. If the electrical equipment with which you are working has a screw marked with the chassis ground symbol, then check to be sure that the chassis grounding lead from that point is connected at the other end to a piece of equipment whose frame is connected to an earth ground. 3. Before working on electrical equipment, always turn the input power to that equipment off, and use a tester or voltmeter to be sure that it is off.
If you would like further information regarding earth grounding, I recommend that you obtain a copy of the National Electrical Code and review the article on grounding. It is available at most libraries and bookstores.